My thoughts were just to come over here and see the people, get to know some of the people, have the experience of sharing God's love and word and deed. And
I knew that I would see people with difficult living situations. I would have my heart touched by stories of incredible difficulties and tragedy and leave a changed person.
I was expecting to serve. I knew we were coming to serve, and I heard about the soup kitchen of Sawacha.
One thing that I did, and I made a point of this, was to keep a very open mind.
My expectations were to come and just dig right into it.
To go to the Lutheran church, what stood out was first of all, when everybody walked around to exchange their greetings, everyone moved out of the benches and they would embrace you and they would look into your eyes and they would smile at you and they would kiss you and they would hug you.
Another thing I'll never forget about the worship service is how they get up out of their chairs, stand around in a circle around the altar, and have the bread and wine passed to each individual, young and old. What a community, what a sense of community.
I want to thank all of you
Y finalmente quiero agradecerles a todos ustedes
for the honor and the privilege to come and worship with you.
It was striking to see the Andes hillside covered with these houses put together with just cement and bricks and tied together with wood. It was shocking, the living conditions.
Yeah, as soon as we got there, the warm welcoming.
The love is just so overwhelming, and the camaraderie between between the elders and between us and the elders. And it's like, even though they didn't know us from Adam, we were like a member of their family.
You really didn't see suffering of the people, but at the same time, you knew that they did not have the normal means that you need from a nutrition aspect on a day-to-day basis. How wonderful it is that the Good Samaritan Society has put this facility there for the people, but how much more can be done yet?
I felt overwhelmed. I guess the first thought is that, you feel so blessed and guilty for what we have. You see the way they live.
The plan for this little patio, this little room, is to paint it. At the end of the day, this little patio will be a very beautiful room over here.
But it's fun to be working with everybody too, and see if everybody pitch in and be a part of it.
In the front side, the facade of the Good Samaritan Center has not been painted for a long time, so it will be painted, and then this afternoon we'll paint the main room over here. The whole center will be kind of new in a way. God's work, our hands.
I think I was most impressed because I came to serve the seniors, and we almost had to wrestle the paintbrushes from them because they felt such ownership. They wanted to be the one to paint. They wanted to be the ones to work and to serve.
So every time we come here, I feel like we receive from you.
Y por eso cada vez que nosotros venimos aquí, sentimos que recibimos mucho de ustedes.
Grace upon grace.
Que recibimos gracia y más gracia y más gracia.
Amazing. Realistically, I grew up on a farm. We had barns that were in better shape than the first house we opened. But at the same time, their spirits are very high. Their faith in God is very apparent. But yes, it's until you come here and you see it, you have no idea.
To see the sides where you wonder when it rains, there are holes in the ceiling.
Francisca my heart just hurt for her with the garbage outside her home.
and the garbage inside her home. It wasn't, you had to squeeze past.
It stunk. Where she was renting, it was actually part of somebody's business, and their business is recycling. So there was bags and bags of garbage.
And she had such a simple bathroom with only a toilet, no sink. She had beautiful long hair, and I just looked at that and I thought, how does she wash her hair? And she rents one room and she's raising her grandson.
That was draining being there, because it was just so emotional seeing her living among this garbage.
Sandy's story was that her parents couldn't provide her the means to essentially feed her, clothe her, etc. So she had to stay with her grandparents, who are already extremely poor. Just amazed me. I mean, how would you send your daughter to an already poverty-stricken home? It just made me think about how poor that family must be.
Education is the passport to a better life. For my family, that has been the transformation. ¿Qué quiere ser? Medical? She wants to be a medical doctor.
Tunja was so different than Swacha.
The people are challenged, they have a hard life, medical care is difficult, but their homes, although not wonderful and are difficult with many people living in them, were not as humble and as challenging.
They had a much stronger sense of day-to-day needs met for them, but it was quite shocking to see where they were holding their activities with part of the ceiling missing, and yet they were in there just as if they were in the Taj Mahal. And so that was really an eye-opener to see that, but it just makes you feel good that at least some of them are being taken care of and met. It's not all that way, but there's quite a few of them.
I would say that God really touched my heart in Tunja when we were in the courtyard and we met Sarah and Laura, and they were young girls. Sarah is getting ready to graduate from high school this year, and I felt God just saying, you need to pray for these girls. And so out of the whole week, I think that is what I'm going to go away with, and I'm going to take those two girls and I'm going to intentionally pray for those two girls.
The last home was the last one we visited in Tunja was very, very warm. It really lifted your spirits because the family was just so beautiful. Juanita, she reminded me of my mom, just a short, very vivacious, very spiritual woman. And just seeing that they had 10 kids and they had all their diplomas up. They're so proud of their children, what they had done, coming from a poverty kind of stricken home, but faith-filled. The two doctors, I think is what they had. Everyone was just successful, and it was very, very fulfilling to see.
I think that once you come and you see, you have to be the voice. We have to be the voice of these people.
Your mind goes everywhere. What can I do to help these people, right? I have a lot of things running through my head. Ideas running through your head and putting them to fruition are two different things. But first thing comes to mind is spreading this word.
Yes, yeah, I want to definitely do something, with this. I just don't want to just leave and forget about what I've learned.
It's all about relationships. It's our relationship with Jesus Christ, and by coming on a mission trip like this, we can share God's love.
The difference we can make in their lives through Project Outreach, how so little makes such a big impact.
And hopefully I can paint the picture that I've seen as best as I can to the people back home.
God's put it on my heart to really take this situation, to change how I live. You have to take this story out to the others so that others know
what's going on here.
Que Dios los bendiga, que muchas bendiciones para todos y que gracias.
God bless you. Many blessings to everyone. And thank you.
Gracias.